60 seconds.
60 seconds.
60 seconds. We didn't get a chance. Say what?
I'm waiting for my program to load up.
I got you. Just, whenever you got it on deck, then just slide it in.
Alright.
60 seconds. On the Zoe What Morning Show side of the game. Let's turn down the volume here. Got it. Yo, what up? What up? What up? What up? Hey! Turn ups. We need another chair. Full house in the gang. What up? Hey, it's 5 o'clock. Let's go live. Play that intro.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a bad person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about you? The child wasn't here, and you still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss a woman.
Betrayal has been committed. Hit you with a bad touch routine. How does he maintain his humposity?
I sit with a kiss in the neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses. Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams.
Reason and accountability.
The voice of reason.
Oh, damn. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. What was the last show? Last Friday or some shit?
No, you didn't have a Friday show. It was last Wednesday.
Last Wednesday, so it's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
Yeah. Hey, we got a room full of beautiful ladies. Listen, if you're just tuning in to the voice of reason, like if this is your first time ever hearing this show, I love presenting topics from women from various walks of life, right? Models, entrepreneurs, clinicians, professionals, just ladies from all walks of life. Because too often we get a perspective and then we fall into this, what I believe to be detrimental kind of groupthink. We all just start thinking the same shit. Right. And we got to conform because the shit seems cool.
I agree with that.
You see what I'm saying? And a sister from the television show Insecure, to me, sparked a great conversation piece. Did y'all all get the text?
You know what? I got mine late, or I just now noticed this.
Lord
I'm looking at it
have
now.
mercy,
I'm
Jesus.
looking at it.
Well, while the girls familiarize themselves, I gotta promote. I got to. That total package energy. Listen, somebody hit me today. It was a young girl. She's called this show before. Her name is Aubrey. She called the show before, and basically she was like, dude, that total package energy, go to totalpackageenergy.com, the greatest energy drink ever. It's not even a drink, it's like a shot.
Right.
And I consider it a professional grade energy shot. When I say professional grade, it's developed by this guy and his team, Anthony Eagleton, out of Oakland. He trains NBA guys, NFL guys, and he gives them this supplement so they can get prepared for whatever workout they have. The workout is real. So the sister texted me today and said, Total Package Energy is the truth.
Yay.
She said, I was able to sit through class and seminars and not doze.
Hey.
It's a real situation.
That's dope. That is dope.
Me and Corey Holcomb was in Ontario for the weekend at the Ontario Improv. That's 50 miles there and 50 miles back at 2 in the morning.
Boo.
I'm gonna tell you that total package energy had you crumb.
Oh, I should have had some this weekend when me and my mom was driving to Vegas.
I'm trying to tell you.
You're supposed to give me that little sample first.
I got 8 cases in the car.
Zoe's being stingy with them, though.
I'm being stingy.
Right, he's slightly addicted. It's a non-addictive product, but he's addicted, I promise.
What?
Right.
The shit fire. That's all I can tell you is fire. It's hot monkey lava. I fuck with monkey lava. All day in America, pimp. Me and monkey lava, we get down.
Right.
You under dig? I think I got my homegirl online right now. Go to totalpackageenergy.com. Please, please, please support that. And it's cheap. Not cheap. That's a terrible word. It's inexpensive. $29 a case.
No, that's very inexpensive.
It's inexpensive. Man, I should send Brandon out to the car to get some.
Yes, I agree.
Should I do
Go
that?
ahead, Brandon. Happy birthday to you.
Brandon's birthday today. What up, birthday dude?
Happy birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday.
Zoe will be off camera.
It's your
getting
birthday.
speed.
Hey.
It's in the back. It's in the back seat. It's in the back seat.
It's in the bag.
All these beautiful
Let's all do a
women.
shot together for Brandon's birthday.
We're talking about energy shots?
Yeah,
or
right,
shots?
right.
Okay.
Because I was
Yeah.
Right.
I just clarified what the heck is happening.
Right, what part? Where are
I was
we?
like, don't drink, you know.
Okay, cool. All right. Who we got on the line right there? I'm anticipating Aquarius Maximus. Let's see. Yay! Hey,
Hey.
y'all know Aquarius Maximus.
Yes.
Yes.
You'll have the cardology conference.
The Cardology Conference, cardologyconference.com. Now, this is what I want you. I need you to read somebody today.
Ooh.
Somebody need to get read so they can understand the power
Ooh, yes.
of these cards.
The sister? Is that sister?
I don't know. Let me see. We have a Sag in the building.
Hey.
We have a Pisces in the building. We have a
What's up?
Cancer in the building. We have a Gemini in the building. And we have 2
We have
Geminis in the
2
building.
Geminis.
There's a chocolate Gemini sitting right
Is
behind
you cereal right there? Right there?
on the chocolate side of the game.
Delicious.
Okay. So you tell me, which one would you like to read? Let's get her chocolate ass on up in here.
Oh, shoot.
Yes. Okay, so I want you to get on the microphone and I want you to tell Aquarius Maximus your name. She has piercings too. Speak of it. Okay, cool.
I
Yeah.
didn't even see that before. Hey, mommy. Okay.
All right, so tell Aquarius your name.
Tiana.
You got to speak into the mic.
Tiana. Hi.
On the Tiana side of the game. Thank you, brother.
Yes. June 17th.
Oh.
1990.
No copyrighted music. Oh, smarty already.
Oh, okay.
It's a hat.
Okay.
You about to break up.
Whatever. Have to really, really, really believe in it because other people are not going to believe in what you're trying to accomplish.
Non-believers.
Oh.
Changes. I see a potential move. I see. Are you getting married this year?
Not that I know of.
Really? Okay, well, I do see a reunion coming up. I do see a very, very blessed relationship. You have a lot of great things. One of the things that I'm concerned about is you're gonna have to hold your own in terms of people talking behind your back or you hearing gossip. Because some people are gonna gossip about you, and that's like the only when you talking about you. So that's going to be something that's going to come up, but you're going to have to still press forward and still continue to do what you're doing despite the fact of what these people are saying about you. And some of these people are going to be like your like people you work with, like people who work with you. They're like people who are going to be jealous of you. I also
Pretty close.
We'll handle it.
hello.
Yes.
And I see you doing like this. Like, are you working with some kids or something like that?
No, not currently. No kids.
I do see you dealing with some kids. I don't know if maybe this is a siblings kids or something like that, or something. But I do see some children around. But I do see a relationship. That's the big thing coming out of this year for you is a relationship, potential marriage, and potential motherhood.
Oh, okay.
She gonna let him bust off.
Like morning after pills. Like, oh,
Hey, so Aquarius Maximus is a cardology specialist. If you don't know about cardology, I always make a reference point here. Go get that book. There's a couple books out there. Destiny cards, love cards. Go get those books so you can familiarize yourself with this woman's expertise. She has an event going on October 11th. Am I correct? October 11th at Luxor Hotel. There it is. How do they find you?
They can find out more information about the Cardology Conference at cardologyconference.com, and they can visit my website at aquariusmaximus.com as well. And then I'm also on Facebook, and I'm on IG as Aquarius Maximus. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter as well, and I do daily horoscopes on Twitter. Follow me as well there. You can find me, Aquarius Maximus. Actually, it's Maximus Aquarius on Twitter, but I do daily horoscopes on Twitter now.
All right, there it is. Thank you, Aquarius, for calling in. We appreciate it. All right, baby girl, I'll talk to you soon. Hey, I'm going to that event.
Ooh, they just said she looked like Pam. That's a huge compliment because Pam looks delicious.
I'm going to that event.
You know Pam? You know?
She looks like a little bitty bee. Little bitty bee jumping off. And look who has returned to the show after a long hiatus.
Storm.
Ariane. Storm is in the building.
She's here.
Where you been, cousin?
Being around the world.
Yeah.
A little bit of New York, a little bit of London, a little bit of more New York.
Hey.
Back in my city. Oh, I missed you, California.
A little bit of Russia.
Oh, a little bit of Russia, too.
That's right.
Out here.
Iceland.
That's right.
Yeah. Out here doing.
That's right.
You under dig? I love it
Trying to
when
do something with my life.
I love it when people do shit with their life.
Yes.
You ain't got no life, you don't need to be around a pimp like me. Alright, so let's get to today's topic. I have an amazing topic. Because I need you guys' opinion. I really think this is a millennial, maybe a generational thing. But are y'all familiar with the actress Amanda? What is her name? Seals? Amanda Seals? She put out this Instagram thing that blew up. Insecure actress Amanda Seals. A PSA, unconditional love is an expectation reserved for a parent, not a partner. Basically, she said she gets real about men expecting unconditional love. Now, peep what she says here. This is interesting shit here. The insecure actress drops some gems. I'm reading AtlantaBlackStar.com. The insecure actress drops some gems saying, a lot of guys have this love thing fucked up when it comes to their relationship goals. Sorry to break it to you fellas, but your girlfriend isn't your mother. And that's exactly Seal's point. The reality is, it's not the same relationship. And it shouldn't be, she says in the Thursday, September 14th video. Your girl didn't birth you. There shouldn't be an unconditional exchange. The exchange is fair when it's conditional and you have control over those conditions. Shit.
Uh-oh.
So, you know, everybody in the world who fuck with Zoe sending me the video. Talk about this. Talk about this. Did you hear what she said? Woo, woo, woo. Talk about this. Talk about this. And you know me. I don't mean no disrespect to anybody. And by no means am I always right about... And I think I'm right about 2.5% of the time.
Okay, wait, what?
Seriously.
Okay.
I'm not here to deride or disrespect anybody's POV. Because I honestly believe, I believe in this shit wholeheartedly. Whatever the thinker thinks, the prover will prove. As a man thinketh, so is he. I believe whatever the fuck you think is real for you, that's what the fuck you gonna get. Now, I believe that 100%. So that's her belief. Unconditional love is reserved for parents. But you can see some problems in that thought process. I hope. I mean, I don't want to influence you guys. Today's topic, I'm not your mother. There is no unconditional love for you here. Go see your mama for that. A deeper look at whether unconditional love is needed for successful modern day relationships. Oh God, I have questions. Christ alive. Can they hear us? Christ. In what ways do husbands make their wives feel like their mother? Christ. It is difficult to open. Them shits is locked. You want me to open it for you?
You gotta be I
got her like eventually, but it was
I'm gonna figure it out. I got too many muscles.
Just give it to Phil. Let Phil open it for you.
This struggle, they got these. You ain't gonna get no energy trying to get up in these bottles.
Listen, is unconditional love a realistic expectation? Is it so motherfucking rare that you might as well have a transactional conditional relationship? Gosh, that's tough. Wow. True or false? When men behave like little boys, wives tend to behave like their mothers.
Wow.
That's true.
Mimi ain't even listening. Let me get that. Let me hit Mimi one more time. True or false? When men behave like little boys, wives tend to behave like their mothers.
Yes.
Wow. True or false? Damn. There is no phrase so misinterpreted as unconditional love.
Oh, yeah, true.
I think that's false because unconditional love is what the fuck it says. Unconditional love, goddammit.
Yeah.
True. I'll expand.
Are women more invested in their ideas? In other words, do women date their ideas and thus the expectation that comes from those ideas? Are they more invested in that shit than they are in their partners? The fulfillment of it. Oh, yeah, we got to get your chair.
Oh, look, Angry Smurf got a new tattoo and it's dope.
I didn't see it.
It's a thigh tattoo. Go ahead, girl.
Angry Smurf needs some Visine.
Yeah,
shit.
I think that light hair and the contact.
Okay, can we stay on top? Jesus. I want to see her tattoo.
Yeah, I know you do.
I'm trying to be focused.
Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry.
Somebody said, uh-oh, Lil Juicy in the building. Oh, my God.
We're sliding.
I need people to call in right now. 323-230-4610. 323-230-4610. How many times have you been in love? Wow. What is your definition of unconditional love? It's pretty self-explanatory. Wow. Here we go. Ladies.
Yeah.
I need all of you guys to chime in on what you think actress Amanda Seales means here. Do you agree with her? Do you disagree with her? Is unconditional love some shit that is reserved for your parents, parent to child, child to parent, and conditional love is the mode of operandi for your significant other?
No, I'm going to go ahead and say I think that unconditional love is something that we should all strive for, but not too many find. Like, I don't even agree with parents have unconditional love for you, because I can speak
Most parents don't.
Yeah, I can speak off what I know and what I know. No, I've had my own little issues where I was like, no, this is not unconditional love. So, but I think that's something we should all, strive for. So I don't want to just write it off and say, oh, well, that's not realistic, because that's what we should be reaching towards. Now, in a way, I do understand what she says.
I bet you do.
Yeah, no, in my own way, I do, because I do also think that in relationships we put too much, we just put too much pressure on the ideals. Like, even women, when you get home, you're supposed to cook for you and your man. Men, you need to be able to do this and provide. I think that we just do put too much pressure on the ideals of men and women on gender roles. I will say that. I do agree with that. Me personally. That might be a millennial thing. But I think we put too much on gender roles.
I really do think it's a generational thing. Ariane, Storm, fresh from Russia, the black Russian in the building. Is she right? Is actress Amanda Seales right? Unconditional love is not for y'all.
No, I think it's for everyone. I feel like if you want to have unconditional love, I feel like sometimes you have to be willing to bend a little bit and sacrifice. And I don't think parents should just do that. I feel like if you want to have a long-lasting partner, then unconditional love can be amongst everybody.
It's rare though.
Very.
Might as well have an ATM transactional kind of relationship, because it's rare. Now, niggas get mad at me. I've been called misogynistic, right? A misogynist. I've been called an intellectual bully. Oh yeah, I've been called these things. Because I said this before. How many times you guys heard me say, women tend to only experience unconditional love with their kids. They have conditions for the men they make these kids with. How many times have I said that?
Yeah.
Now, when I say the shit, I'm a misogynist and an intellectual bully. When the sister from the Insecure show says it, you get the sisters riding with her. Like, yeah, speak on it, sister. Snap, tell them. Somebody better tell them I ain't your mama, nigga. Right? When I say it, I hate women. Now, let's just really dig into that. Why do you guys have so many fucking conditions for your men? Oh.
Because we lean on men. Like, we lean on our partner, so they're supposed to be help. Like, I'm not taking care of you. A child, it's like, okay, I need to fend for you. I need to provide for you. But as a partner, it's like, nigga, I need some help. How are we going to do this together? So if you're slacking, then it's more on me. Now, I that's like in a general.
That's general than a motherfucker. Yeah, it's holes all in that shit.
I feel like that's like a general. That's a general perception.
Yikes.
Of why that happens.
Mimi?
Yes. I think that a man needs to be a man and a woman needs to be a woman. So a lot of times, roles reverse sometimes, but I just feel like when a woman's with a man, I think they have certain expectations, but you're giving your parents or you're giving your child. You didn't pick them out. They were given to you. You pick your man. You handpick this person. So if something's not right with that person, then you may look at it in some type of way. But on the flip side of what you said earlier, like my mother, I don't really think, I'm like her home girl. Like my mom don't really care about me on some real stuff. And I mean, this ain't no pity party. It's just real shit I'm kicking, right? My mama don't really care about me. You feel me? So For me, my mate would mean way more to me in the sense that he cares about me. It's what somebody's dishing back out to you as well. Because if somebody's treating you like they love you and they got your back, then you and that person grow a bond that's unconditional, you and that person. But if you love someone and they don't care about you and you're steadily loving them, they steadily pushing you down, treating you bad, that's hard to have an unconditionally because that's not really what's happening in that.
You might not know, like, oh, my chemistry with that person is more till whatever it is happens. Because, like, one of the questions was, like, you should, everybody always says, like, if you want someone else, or if it's not good, you should, break up with the other person first. The relationship doesn't have to be bad for you to cheat, and that's the biggest misnomer. Your relationship could be popping,
right,
and just some shit happen,
right?
So like everybody wants to be like, well, you should have just told me, like, no.
But that's why I think some of what she was saying is based out of fear.
Most out of fear.
Because when she talked about the conditions, she said the conditions are something you can control. Wherever there is control, there is fear.
Yes.
I don't know how that makes you feel.
It makes me feel like it makes sense. Yeah.
Like wherever there's the pursuit to control the outcome,
you're scared of the possible outcome. Like there's I hear you.
Hallelujah. Hold it up.
So you're putting it down, I hear you.
I put it down philosophically, psychologically, emotionally, and
we're gonna stop you there.
Billy Club wise.
Who ordered
the Billy Club? Who ordered the Billy Club sandwich? Pick it up. Oh God, we got callers on the line. Caller, do you think? We can hear you.
Why are you so extra? Love is unconditional, right? Oh, I want to know this. Like, you know about the Kevin Hart situation, right? Where he got his little side bitch. So, I mean, as love is unconditional as far as the mothers go, so is it, like, always right? We cheat if it's always another woman that's better than the one that you with right now?
Wait, say that again? I didn't really understand.
Right. The last part, yeah.
Alright, look, Kevin Hart, right? Kevin Hart, you know what I'm saying? He basically got a wife, whatever, kids and all this. He cheated on his wife with another female. So love is unconditional. If there's someone that's better out there.
Okay, I see what you're saying. And it's not necessarily about better.
Right.
First off, what happens is we forget we're human beings.
Right.
Society has rules for how we interact and interface. Okay? Just so we can seem civil. Just so we can seem less animal-like. But if you do research, you'll find that not even women are monogamous. Let alone men. Let alone men. Now, I didn't even want to bring men into the equation. Monogamy is some virtually new shit.
Right. Ooh.
Well, they did shit different, pretty much. Like Africa and all that. You got dudes over there with like 4 or 5 different wives, you know what I'm saying? But that shit can work if it's about getting money. I really wish that, African Americans over here, we can do that shit. Because you got so many side bitches and so many side niggas over here in America, but ain't nobody getting no money. There's just child support, and all these Facebook posts and all that BS, so...
Hey, so listen, bro, we got to move on. The phone lines is popping. Thank you for your point. I appreciate it. Good looking. I got to keep it cracking. Yeah, thank you, Pam.
I do feel like the other thing about unconditional love, which we keep going over, but keep being missed,
is that you can, again, step away from someone but still love them. Unconditional love doesn't mean that we're together in a relationship all the time. You know, so that's something that he just missed by his question.
Well, I don't think he missed it. You just supplemented what he said.
Okay. Well, because he said if there's someone that's better, then how can you have unconditional love for the other person? I thought that was his question, more or less. And you would still love them.
Right. And I agree with you on that, but I believe unconditional love starts within oneself.
Yeah.
Listen, conditions... Uh-oh. Here we go. Conditions as a means to control your relationship is an external movement.
Ego.
That shit is designed to fail. Unconditional love is an internal movement. If you love yourself, regardless of where you came from, regardless of what you have, you're going to magnetize other motherfuckers who are vibrating at that level. Right. To me, unconditional love is a state of consciousness, a rarefied one. It's no different than self-actualization, as Abraham Maslow said with his hierarchy of needs. At the top of that shit is self-actualization, to be self-actualized. I like to say God-realized. It's no different than Joseph Campbell, author of Hero of 1,000 Faces, who went on to help Lucas create the Star Wars franchise. When he talked about marriage, he said marriage is a cultural symbol. Right. He said, but true marriage is being able to see God in your partner. Right. Now, you can't have... She mentioned in her breakdown, she mentioned emotional equity. What the fuck is that? Because emotions are subjective. I can't feel what you feel. I can only empathize. Meaning, I can try to visualize and put myself in your shoes. That leads us back to the word consideration. To consider you. Man, she's going through something. What I can do is be there and ride with her. I can't possibly know what it is she's going through, but I can be there and show her that I'm going to walk with you through this process. Right?
Right. Yeah.
I don't have your central nervous system. My brain cannot see through your eyes. Do you know your brain interprets light as mine does and paints a picture? Who's to say our pictures are exact? That's your central nervous system, right? Yeah. This one's mine. So when you say emotional equity, what? I can't feel what you feel.
Right.
I can only imagine how you feel.
Or, empathize.
Now watch this. Take love out of it. You sensitive ass niggas coming around here expecting unconditional love, weak motherfuckers. You take love out of it. I no longer consider. You think I'm going to consider you without love? I just need you to... I'm not saying it's impossible. Because I don't believe in absolutes. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm saying it's already hard between us. Yeah. You take... Say love don't even exist. Say love is say love is like Jesus. I'm not gonna play with him. There ain't no proof of Jesus.
I'm not gonna play with him.
Ain't no proof. I'm just saying, ain't no proof. I can't run around this motherfucker and say, here go a piece of the cross, my nigga. Shit actually happened. I'm just saying.
Don't be rude.
I'm just saying.
That's not cool.
What if you just couldn't prove it? It's just a belief. And I can't step on somebody's belief. That's what you believe. You believe it. And when you believe it, it's real. Ain't no way to stop that. You believe it, it's real. It's real for you. Yeah. If you say love, the concept of it is fake. You take away that fake concept. Say love is a placebo. The idea of it is a placebo.
just to be clear, like love and like not even love yourself.
I'm talking about unconditional love. Take that shit out of the equation. A man walking into a relationship goes, you the one I want, goddammit. I done fucked all I needed to fuck. I got all that out the way. This is the one. I'm on it. I'm about to commit. I'm about to ride. I'm about to put myself out there for you. You get your sensitive ass out of here, my nigga. What can you do for me? I'm just saying, if a generation of boys grow up without the placebo of love, niggas is gonna be reckless. You think niggas is already reckless?
Right.
Imagine the church without Jesus. Niggas is out here.
Right.
We out here, my nigga. We out here.
Right.
Niggas is out here.
Right.
Barbecue grills.
Somebody said if love doesn't exist, women. Oh yeah.
Right.
Her.
Like I don't need sex.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Like if she doesn't seek it, it's obviously like I feel like it's something where she don't know no better almost.
Wow.
If she doesn't like know that another type of love exists, that's what it sounds like to me. Because most people don't choose to just. So I mean, some people do that because of something that happened in their past. So like, I just want to be this way for a while because, like, I'm just over the relationships and failed relationships. But then there's the other girl that just never learned that this is how you're supposed to be treated. Like this is another way of like being with guys. So they just are like hoes by accident.
Well, like a defense mechanism, like you said.
That's
like
exactly
fear,
what it is. It's
a response to
but I
something.
feel like it's ignorance sometimes.
Yeah.
Because some people like they don't know that you're not supposed to be treated that way, but that's all they see.
So let's go deeper. Is unconditional love a treatment? Is it a set of behaviors?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why y'all crazy.
No, I was going to say it's
but you know,
actually the absence of behavior, because this is the clarification. This is the clarification I've been trying to make. Is so the best example of unconditional love a lot of people can use is parents, right? But parents still have expectations. But if you fall short of them or you break the rules or whatever, mama still got your back, right? So it's like you can have unconditional love in your relationship, but you still have expectations. But if your partner falls short of those expectations, you're still there. And that's what it really means. It's lack of behavior. It's not like, oh, fuck you, I'm leaving you, or oh, you keep fucking up. If you keep fucking up, I'm gonna leave. It's like, okay, we're human.
Well, so Tiffany, you're on it. You're on it. So Tiffany, let me ask you this. Could it be that growing up and being conditioned as African American women, that this capitalistic society has warped your sense of love, because now you think it's an end result, it's a behavior, when in fact it's a state of mind, it's a level of consciousness.
It's a state of being.
And I was going to say, even if they stay around, that doesn't mean they're staying around being positive. They can be staying around bitching about all the things that you weren't able to accomplish, but they just staying for whatever. So I think it also is behavior in the sense of how you treat someone and like or you speak to them and things like that. It's not always like the physical.
If it's truly unconditional, you're not going to be the bitter bitch who's like reminds you every time you cheated on me. Well, true unconditional love just means that. Like, we're going to move forward. I'm going to be optimistic or just positive or whatever. And I use the example like me and my best friend. We is a mess. We is like, there is no proper grammar about our situation. But, again, we will correct each other. And we'll give the correction and we're like, but I love you anyways. Like, I got you regardless. Like, no matter how bogus this is. Like, I love you, boo. Like, right? And that's what it is. Like, I'm not going to remind you every time you fucked up. Like, okay, today's today. I love you, boo. Like, and keep on moving. Like, so, that's true unconditional love. Like,
I need you to read this. The types of love.
Ooh, Eros is like probably the only one anybody's ever heard of.
This is what most niggas is fucking with, Eros.
Yeah, that's what
that Paul said.
So Eros is love of the body. Was a Greek god that, of love and sexual desire. And like I said, most people know Eros. It's philia, right? Love of the mind, also known as brotherly love, represents sincere and platonic love. And then, is it Ludus?
Yes.
Lettuce. It's playful love. Ooh, that's fun. I'm like, let me do that. I don't know what that means, but it sounds good. Pragma is long-standing love. Agape is love of the soul. Most often explained as unconditional love. Like when Christians talk about agape love, they talk about unconditional love. So love of the soul. Volusia, love of the self, and then storage, love of the child.
Most motherfucking parents don't have agape love for their children. Can you have agape love for your child if you hate his father?
No.
Because the relationship didn't work.
Yes, you can.
Because that's a
That
condition, to be
happens.
honest. Because if this is how I feel, like if you get angry every time you see his daddy, a lot of people project that then onto your child. It's a barrier.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
You don't really love their soul all the way because you're consistently reminded you haven't forgiven where that child came from.
Mimi has something to say.
I know.
In my situation, I don't really care for my kid's father, but I love my daughter to the end of the earth. There's nothing that I wouldn't do for my daughter. I school my daughter so she doesn't have to make the same mistakes I've made. I'm there for her, ride or die. So even though I don't like him, that don't got nothing to do with my child. That's my baby, okay? So, I mean, some women are like that, and I do agree with Tiffany just said, not, you know, but I'm saying every person's not like that. That's my
But that's not what we said, Mimi.
Oh, okay. No. I thought she just said that when they don't.
Right,
like
not everybody.
No, but she's right. A lot of women are like that, though. A lot of women, I mean, I know a girl that's like that. She can't stand her kid. I mean, I think my mom doesn't really like me. I look like my dad. So, I mean, I said that earlier. Like, I understand it. It's just that I did the opposite. You can follow suit.
It's
or
possible.
You could be different.
Yes.
Or you could be different, you know. But in my case.
See, to me, Mimi represents the quintessential woman.
Right.
Whose love is independent of the man because the situation didn't work out. Doesn't mean she hates the man.
Right.
Right? It just means, okay, that was a mess.
Right.
And that's okay.
Right.
That's not going to hinder me from loving you. Now watch this. The mess that the man was and the mess that the mom was didn't contaminate Mimi's ability to love her child unconditionally.
Right.
Where some women don't have the fortitude to be able to overcome that.
I agree. 100%.
You see what I'm saying?
A lot of people can't do that. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of people, they actually treat their kids bad. I mean, I'm a victim of it myself. You know what I'm saying? So I know what that looks like, you know, and it's very hurtful because it's like, this is your parent. You love your parents. You want your parent to love you. You think, you know, you see the relationship with other people and their...
Mimi, does unconditional love make some women gullible?
Absolutely right. Some women are so gullible that the man could bring somebody home, bring them in the next room, and she's good with that. And just because she loves him so much, it may have hurt her to the core, but she loves him so much, she's going to stay there.
So, Mimi, back to you. Do you think that's love at all?
I think...
can exist at the same time.
Well, you know,
I don't think so.
But I'm saying if she loves him, right? But she has a low self-esteem about herself.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. But because if she doesn't love herself, right? She loves him, but she doesn't love herself. You know what I'm saying?
Watch this.
So okay, go ahead.
She can't love externally until she loves internally.
I got you. So her love's
So if you have low self-esteem or low self-worth, you don't regard yourself.
Right.
If you don't really regard yourself, how can you love yourself? People don't understand that. It doesn't... my man, rest in peace, Dick Gregory. Fear and love can't occupy the same space at the same time. It just can't.
And that's like a fear of being alone.
And listen, low self-esteem, low self-worth, all of that shit is emanating from a space of fear.
Right.
It can't be there love can't be there while you fearful.
Not the right kind of love.
Now, I don't even... See, we have to understand, the words have been bastardized.
Yes.
Disney got something to do with love.
Right.
Babyface and them got something to do with love. Like, the terms have been bastardized. When we talk listen, all relationships are spiritual. But we've been socialized to think that relationships are more... Damn, you punching niggas? Wow. Okay, cool. We've been socialized to think that relationships are more social than they are spiritual. Listen, if you don't love you, you're not going to experience love. I promise you.
Right.
If you got low self-esteem, low self-worth, you don't value yourself, you don't regard yourself, if how you feel about you is contingent upon how somebody else feels, you're not finna get unconditional. You're just not gonna get it. You're just not gonna get it. You be like, oh, I love him. You're attached to him.
Right.
Yeah,
Some people don't know the difference between unconditional love and attachment.
Right. Okay.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
I be breaking shit down. Look, you want to fight?
No, I don't care.
All right then, show everybody your tattoo. Everybody want to see. We want to see it.
No, it's not done.
Can we see just a piece?
Oh, it's not
of
done.
Mm-mm.
So
Can
like
we-
more down the leg, more around the thigh. Like what
It's
is
like
missing?
my whole ass when it comes.
Your whole
Yes.
ass.
Go ahead. What is it gonna be? What
It's
is
like
it?
a headdress.
It's
It's
what?
like a headdress, like a native headdress. On
Like a Native American headdress? Nice.
Yeah, that's gonna be dope.
On the Washington Redskins side of the
We won last week, by the way.
We, nigga, you don't play for the team?
Don't matter.
Upset.
I was hating on my jersey.
Everybody's saying, come on, Smurf, show it.
No.
Everybody's
It's
like,
still
let us
wrapped up.
see.
It's wrapped up.
Yeah, and it hurts.
Well, can't nobody see it if it's wrapped up.
Yes, it's clear.
So can we see?
No, my leg hurts. Next week.
Next week, okay. We're gonna hold you to that.
Somebody said, Zoe, love doesn't exist. Then marriage is a false concept. Everyone should get a lawyer and make a contract of what they expect of the other partner to perform during the duration of them being together.
During the duration.
All I'm going to say is, that's not very far.
No.
That's not far off.
And a lot of people don't know there is postnuptials. You can do a postnuptial. You can make that agreement after marriage. It just costs a whole lot more money to do. If that's what you're about in life.
Show something, Smurf. Unconditional love, man. I'm not your mama. Let me ask you a question about nurturing your man. What would you guys define as actions that only a man's mama should do for him versus actions you should do for your husband or your significant other? Like, what are actions that could be defined as, hey, that's something for your mama to do for you, versus, because you were married, versus what I should be doing for you? Go ahead, Minnie.
Well, I believe
Yeah,
that.
she's 12. She don't know.
You know, well, when you said that, I mean, in all actuality, I think a woman that's in a man's life should almost really, if he's grown, she should be doing more than the mother is doing, in the sense that she, you know, she's washing his clothes, she's preparing a meal, let's say have a maid or something, but she still should be in the kitchen providing, showing that, you know, she's that queen of the house. Therefore, they're going to be doing a lot of the same stuff. If he falls and hurts his knee, she might say, let me get the peroxide out. I mean, that's what the mama did, but she'll have to do that if she's really playing her role. So I think that the roles are parallel, except for you're more, because you're providing sexual events, you're providing
events, my nigga.
You're having ball mitzvahs, you're having a great
ball mitzvah.
Right. So I mean, you're
Mimi is you boy. Mimi somebody woman, my nigga.
You feel me? Like you're gonna be
ball
making him
mitzvah.
You're gonna make him breakfast in bed. I mean, you're gonna be doing that extra stuff. If that's really your man and you're catering to your man, and then those are going to be the things you're doing. And so I said all that to say, mama not having a ball mitzvah. So it's a different relationship, but you're still playing the role as mama, I think, because he's confiding. If you guys have that type of relationship, he's asking your advice. He would ask his mom advice, right? You're preparing a meal he likes. He may tell his mom to make a chocolate cake. Now you're making the chocolate cake.
Right.
Right? He may have got hurt on his motorcycle. You got peroxide and Band-Aids, or you riding him to the hospital, better yet.
That's right.
So whatever it is that the problem is, if you're that real team player, you are, I mean, you're not the mama, but you doing what she used to do.
Hey.
And if you're not doing it, then damn,
Y'all
where's my
listen-
mama?
Y'all respond to this. The chat room in YouTube on YouTube is crazy right now. It says women have a disease called "fuck I look like."
I would say millennials definitely have that.
And then he said, "There's another disease. I didn't sign up for this."
Right. Right.
So my response, as I think I'm the only one who's been married. I don't know.
I've only been engaged twice, but not married.
Yeah. So yeah, I was engaged. My marriage was my third engagement. So
well, goddamn.
Yeah, people want to marry me.
Niggas be tripping.
Right. Anyways.
Free yourselves from their bondage.
So right. So that I think this is where the problem comes from, and I think this is something that millennial women have missed, and even millennial men. And as you know, I've recently said like I'm free from the dogmatic practice of Christianity, but at the time like I really was living under, you know, the Bible, and I do believe this and that it says to uncleave yourself from your parents and cleave onto your wife. So truly I believe like a wife should take on the roles of the mother and then some. Like Mimi was saying, like you're the counselor now, you're the person he confides in, you're the person that you guys, you know, problem solve together, you nurture him when he needs nurturing, when he's sick you're nurturing. So yeah, so I truly feel like the wife actually should take over the roles of the mother and then some. Because
but don't the Bible say that shit?
No, that's what I just said. Well, you're over there, like I said, like the Bible like says to
exactly.
uncleave.
I'm with you.
No, like I said, I'm uncleave from that dogmatic practice, but it has a good point in regards to, and that you're supposed to, you know, there's a point for a motherhood, and then there's a point for partnerhood. And that's what a relationship's supposed to be. You're supposed to be a partnership. So that's what really women who date mothers, like mama's boys, really get upset at. It's not that he wants you to be his mama. It's the fact that he wants you both to be his mama. Right? So the problem with mama's boys is he wants to be able to go cry to his mama when you don't give him the nurturing in the way he wants. Right?
What?
So he cried to you about
you talking about the mama boy?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
real men don't do
no.
kind of bullshit.
Specifically, I'm very specific. This is where the irritation with mama's voices come, is because he wants both of you to be his mama.
Oh, watch
right?
this though.
He can't uncleave from the mama.
You just hit us upside the dome piece on your way home from Jones Beach.
I'm not gonna play with this man.
First and foremost, let's just be honest. The great equalizer in intimate relationships today is the wallet.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Most black men in general, we're gonna buck the system. So we're gonna be outside the system. We're gonna be hustling. We're gonna be doing shit opposite of how we supposed to do it.
Right.
That means all of us are entrepreneurs by default. Negropreneurs out here trying to hustle up some shit.
Right.
And typically, whenever you fucking with an entrepreneur, you got to wait until his windfall comes.
Right.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So, the motherfucker who done followed all the rules, we did a show this past Monday called Bend the Knee. And we talked about how black male success is integrated with a behavior called capitulation.
Yes, and it's
you gotta bend the knee to the system. Shut your mouth. Don't rock the boat. Be quiet. A lot of real men are not built that way.
No.
Where are you going, Zoe? Well, the pool means you got betas with wallets.
Right.
Right.
So you got to choose him. Now you mad at him because he want, like what you just said, his mama and you.
Right.
Two mamas.
Right?
Right.
Do you see how all this shit is connected?
Yes.
You want security. You want status. And you want that wallet. Well, guess what? 9 times out of 10, that's connected to a beta.
Right.
Yes.
Well, I need to tell my mama how this is gonna.
Yeah, it's obnoxious.
Real men be like, I don't give a fuck what neither one of you say.
Exactly.
Right.
Now, it's unfortunate, but if you want a real... First off, can women handle real men as they are?
No, most women can't.
Most women can't because they're soft.
As I said, the real dude come through here. Can you handle him?
No, because the
Niggas
average
not listening?
woman, the average woman feels entitled to all of the things that a real man has in behavior and attitude, but also entitled to the security of a beta male. So she just brushes aside or will be put off by a real man, and she'll excuse it away like he ain't shit, or he doesn't meet my expectations, or he doesn't meet this standard. Like, a lot of women have missed their real dude because they overlooked him for a beta man.
And I'm not saying everything is absolute. I'm not saying all alphas are struggling entrepreneurs, because
Right.
they're not.
Right.
And I'm not saying all betas, right, are, financially well off. I'm not saying that either. What I'm saying is, when women interact with real masculine energy, right, you get the asshole alpha, he don't really give a fuck about what anybody say. You can even say he's a fucking narcissist, whatever. He don't really care. When you get a spiritually evolved alpha, he considers you. He's operating from a space of love because he loves himself. Do you understand? Like, that's a whole nother kind of dude. This is why I say to women all the time, I say, know the difference between a God-fearing man and a God-realized man.
Hey.
Yeah.
A God-realized man got God in him.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's a whole nother vibe. He's vibrating at a different level. He's not playing these little reindeer games called society rules. He has something that supersedes being in line. And a woman is fucking drawn to that.
Oh, yes.
Just like she's drawn to the alpha bad boy.
Right.
That's why the alpha bad boy gets so much pussy.
Right.
You know he ain't good for you, but your pussy be like, I know that dick good. Come on over here and do it, bad boy. I'll cheat on my husband for you. Am I lying? Ladies, am I lying?
No.
I mean, yes, many women would cheat on their husbands, but I was just nodding for me, like, I was so proud of myself I didn't.
I am dead.
I'm so proud. I'm so damn faithful. Yay.
Hey, listen, this is what I'm going to do real quick.
That's just about me. Right.
Listen, I know. And the homies, look, everybody in the chat room talking about crickets. The women don't want to speak on it. I know. I know. Tonight's topic, I'm not your mama. There is no unconditional love for you here. Go see your mama for that. A deeper look at whether unconditional love is needed for modern day successful relationships. Gosh. Can you guys just make the same amount of money and have kids and just pay your bills and live life and be cool? Y'all friends or whatnot? I can't even see that. What is it?
This person is saying they're going to be honest. They're not sure if they're an alpha or a beta male. Speak on it.
What the fuck? Okay, cool.
I feel like that would mean you a beta. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Nigga, if the camera wasn't on, I'd put my nuts right on the table.
Oh my God.
Please stay on the camera. Do not come on.
Fuck up in here. We wild up in here, goddammit.
You wild.
Right, okay. You over here reserved.
No, I just think this is a really good topic.
It is.
I think it's something that needs to be dealt with. When we come back, we're going to talk about realistic conditions for your relationships.
Okay, right.
Let's see how realistic your conditions are, ladies. I knew you needed a break so you can gather your thoughts. Dash Radio, the voice of reason. Zoe Williams will be back in 2.2. DJ West, do what you do, my nigga.
Do it. Oh, wait.
Awesome, ladies. What up, baby? Hey, we talked about it today. Yeah. We're gonna get y'all in the studio real soon. It's gonna be cracking. It's gonna go down or down. Huh? Wait, what am I doing here?
And I know that you a grown woman, and I know that you know what you're doing. Wait.
and gentlemen, the voice of reason has returned. The voice of reason. I love being reasonable.
Oh, sure.
The voice of reason. Listen, I don't know. I told y'all I started this shit off. I'm usually 2% right, 98% wrong. It's just something that didn't feel intuitive about don't come into the relationship with an expectation of love. Something felt off. You know. And I really applaud the sister for even making the post, because to me, that's a necessary kind of conversation, right? That's a conversation that must be had. What is unconditional love? Are modern day relationships even capable of producing an environment of unconditional love? Do we have to wait until we have children in order to introduce unconditional love into the relationship? Because men have their agenda, women have their agendas. We come in looking to get our agendas met. You know what I'm saying? And whenever I say men are going to respond this way, and it sounds crazy, I'm talking about the lower level of men. You have low-level men, and you have high-level men. The problem with our definition of what a low-level and high-level man is has changed because of technology, because of education, and because of economics. Like I said before, a man like Buddha or Jesus would be a bum in today's society.
Right. And that's the true fact.
Jesus did not have a crib.
No, he is a nomad.
You understand? The nigga didn't have a crib. Buddha was a prince. This nigga was a prince. His dad kept him sequestered from all aspects of life, the horrible aspects of life. Death, fear, poverty. Buddha's dad was like, nigga, we're not going to let you see none of that. You're the prince, my nigga. But as he came of age, Buddha was like, nigga, I'm finna go out and see what the world is really like. And when he did that, he discovered suffering. And when he discovered suffering, according to today's standards, Buddha would be a deadbeat dad. Because the nigga had a wife, he had a kid, that motherfucker walked in there, saw them for the last time, and left the palace. On a journey of enlightenment. Now, Buddha means the enlightened one. A woman who comes in contact with a nigga that's on some spiritual shit like that, like, this bum weirdo. Get your strange ass out of here, Meditations. Am I lying?
No.
These guys would be seen as fucking weirdos today. But yet, contradictorily, we want that. Women want unconditional love. Women want a high level experience with somebody, a deep, meaningful level, a deep, meaningful experience with somebody. You can't have that until you have it.
Right.
I keep telling women, you get what the fuck you are. You ever reconciled what you are? Like, if you got issues with your mama and your daddy, you're not going to get unconditional love. You got low self-esteem, low self-worth, you're not going to have unconditional love. You're going to have some fucked up shit, which is used as a means to reconcile that.
Right.
It's a vehicle to get you past that. It's not to make you a perpetual victim.
Right.
Yikes. I don't know what to tell you, girls. I wonder how you get past it, though. Let me ask Angry Smurf. She has some of the best deadpan kind of responses.
That's rude.
Yes, I can be rude. Do you want to be loved unconditionally?
I believe so.
I mean, do you want that? Like, yes or no?
Yes.
Like deeply, fully, passionately, like on a spiritual level, like that. Before we left, we talked about God realized, right? God realized, man. Do you want that kind of experience?
For me, yes, only because I've only gotten the opposite. So
great.
I'm like in a position where I'm like, I need someone that's like gonna ride for me, like to the end. Like there's people that can make you feel good in your face, and people that don't act the same behind your back.
You want somebody to want you in truth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's as simple as that.
So go deeper. Do you want you in truth?
Yeah.
So every aspect of who you are, you embrace, you accept, you acknowledge, you appreciate.
Yes, and I feel like right now maybe I'm not like really pressuring myself or interested in like being in a serious relationship because I still want to fix certain things about myself. To where, you know, I can now get into a relationship to where they have no reason not to love everybody.
At your current stage of development, do you think you're at the stage where you can magnetize unconditional love into your life?
No, I'm like 75% there.
I love you for that. I love you for that. So that 25% got to manifest itself as bullshit in relationship. You do understand that?
I don't think that's the word. I think I'm just like...
Struggle, challenge,
yeah, because I just
opposition.
Like my mouth can get me in trouble.
We know that from this show!
Whatever.
The fuck?
I'm just saying, like, I don't know, I don't realize sometimes, because everybody grows up different, everybody's like, speaks to other people differently, so I feel like just understanding that even though I don't realize I'm offending someone, or I can come off like strong, it's like, there's a way to talk to your partner, and it's like, you can't talk to them as a friend, you can't talk to them as like a peer, you know what I mean? You have to really like, as a female, you need to respect the man and
But do you know how much of a blessing you are right now? Because people don't hear women say what you just said often, which is, I'm not ready for unconditional love. I may want it, but I'm not developed enough for it.
Right.
Man, you're a fucking gift. Your little fucked up attitude. Arian? No, I'm not rude. I'm entertaining.
Whatever you guys tell me.
Yeah, right?
You.
I definitely want unconditional love. Am I prepared for it? No. But I'm open for it. And I'm open to going on that journey and that road to discovering what unconditional love is. So accepting your BS along with you accepting mine and us growing together and figuring things out as one.
I like it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this before you move on.
Okay. You want to answer me a question?
Right now, even though you're not ready for it, give me maybe one, like your best condition that you would give your dude. This, you have to do this in order for me to be happy in this relationship. Let's see where you're coming from.
Respect.
Me like it. Me like it a lot.
I want some respect, papi.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being you totally respect yourself, right? 1 being you don't respect yourself at all. What's your respect grade for you? How you respect yourself?
I would say right now 7. And though I would say that, it's just because of just today in the airport. I almost beat this man up on getting off the plane. And I got loud with him. And I don't have respect for myself because I could have been a bigger person and just let him talk his shit. But me, being the firecracker I am, I had to, you know, I came out my character. And I was out my character in an airport full of people. I don't know who's standing there watching me, get me? So right there shows me I don't have enough respect for myself right now. Because I would have never did that. I would have handled that differently.
The ladies is on some accountable shit this evening, my nigga! Where the motherfucking winter bells at? Shit, ding, 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 ding. We need some winter bells, my nigga! The ladies is on one today. Mimi? Same set of questions. I'm coming back to you, Angry Smurf, because I need your one condition that you will apply to your relationship. I need one good condition that you will say, nigga, my must have. It's a must have.
Okay, gotcha. I get it.
Mimi?
I want unconditional love. Am I ready for it? Out of 100%, I'm gonna say I'm 95% ready. I can't say 100% because oftentimes, like when I leave this show, I look at certain things about myself and I say, okay, you know, that's something I can make a change on, or, you know, maybe I can have a different view on it because, you know, it's like we all are working on ourselves. Nobody is perfect, but I am at a point in my life that I am ready to have something serious. You know what I'm saying? So we're all at different points in our lives. I mean, so I would love to have something serious. So that's why I'm at that 95 percentile part of the game. But again, if I'm in a relationship, we both have to give and take and work on things so that we can be one.
I like. Ooh.
Not ooh.
Youngling.
I thought you were going to whisper.
I'm going to go back.
Okay.
Whisper.
Yes.
You weren't listening.
Oh, sorry. All right. So, you're right. Unconditional love.
Are you ready for it? Scale of 1 to 10. Percentile.
Am I ready for it? Yes. I would say like an 80. I would say like on 1 to 10 I thought was a different scale. From 1 to 100, 80% I am ready for. I would say because I am. There's this quote that I really like that I keep reminding myself throughout the day, and it's have a mind that is open to everything and attached to nothing. Oh, so that is something I keep reminding myself about constantly. And then from the scale of 1 to 10, how much do I love myself? I'm gonna say like an 8.7. Seriously.
We know you really love yourself.
No,
wow with it right now. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I mean, I do. It's been a long time coming, but I do. I fucks with myself. Yeah, well, I do. I do.
You fuck with?
I fucks with myself.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm a good person.
That's
yeah.
what she means.
That's not what I mean. No, I'm a good person.
We'll take it.
Like, yeah.
She fucks with herself.
Damn right.
Might as well. Shit. You know how to get it off.
Right. I mean, if there's no enemy within, then the enemy outside won't bother you.
Wow.
So that's something that I'm like, I gotta love myself.
I can fuck with that. Tiffany. Stop looking at the chat room. The girls,
I was looking at how we look on the screen.
Now that they figured out the little chat room situation, the girls is on the chat room watching what y'all say. So they are here.
I'm looking at the screen.
No, yeah, my phone's over there. I don't give a damn.
Yeah, start. Mine is start. Oh yeah, so the 2 scales. Am I ready for unconditional love? I would say I'm open to receive it, yes. I'm at about 80% because I know specifically what I'm working on. It's not like, ooh, I don't know, and it's unclear to me. Like, I'm very specific in the areas that I want to fix in myself. So, like, I think someone else said it, so it doesn't become a weakness in my next relationship. So it's like I'm learning from, like you said, a kind of a compilation of all my past relationships to finally get like these huge nugget lessons.
Right.
So I'm like, yeah, I'm absorbing, I'm reflecting.
So let me ask you this. How much does fear and ego play in your relationship decisions?
It used to be a huge part of it.
This nigga's amazing.
No, yeah. So fear and ego, I think, was probably about 100% of my past relationship decision making, and now that's where I would say to really accomplish unconditional love, you're going to have to be courageous. And courage isn't not being fearful. It's doing something in spite of fear. It's not that I'm not afraid to be cheated on again, or I'm not afraid to be hurt, or I'm not afraid that blah, 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 blah could happen. Like, but I'm going to seek it in spite of that. Because, again, a lot of stuff happens out of, fear and control. Well, I'm not trying to control anything anymore because I can't. So I'm ready to receive your love, however it's about to come, no matter what might happen.
After the show, we should roll one up and smoke. I could smoke a bag. Right. I don't smoke, but I could smoke.
Right.
Okay. That was real. How much does fear and ego play in your relationship decisions? Badass.
No, it doesn't. Seriously. No, here's what. So we've been had this conversation. I told you about a good 2 months ago.
I'm gonna tell Jesus on you.
I told you 2 months ago that fear, and I make this whole long speech about how fear, like how we as humans run off of fear, like fear of survival and all this mess, and how that was the very first thing, and it was the first fucking chakra that I had to let go of. So I've been working on this shit for 2 months. So let me tell you, fear is not something that I use in my vocabulary. Seriously, I don't think it's rational. Like fear, it's not in any kind of way. I make speeches about fear, so don't come for me, Zoe. And had you asked me a few months ago, you would have had something.
Oh, sorry. You got it all out.
But like, not today.
As a mammal, you know, fear is actually part of like the food chain and how we survive. But anyways,
no.
That part.
But anyway,
no,
fear is very
no.
functional. But anyways,
No, I
That-
think it's irrational. No, there's no. You can have concerns about things. That's fine. That's rational. But fear, there's no need for it.
In general.
In general, no. I disagree. Yeah, with all that.
Okay, cool. You want
I'm
my
just
belt?
saying. I'm just
I
saying.
feel like I'm gonna get a whoop.
Hey, well, because you were trying to come for me.
I wasn't
And
trying
we
to
had
come for
this
you. I just asked you a
conversation
question.
about
I just asked a question. Jesus. Can we put that conversation on the air? That's it. Somebody get your girl. Okay. Mimi, how much does fear and ego factor into your decision-making process when engaging in intimate relationships?
Unfortunately, my ego can play a part sometimes. I can be in a situation and if I feel like someone is shortchanging me in any way, that could just mean maybe they're disrespectful. Maybe it could be many things that could come across my mind. But my ego might step in and say, who do I think they are? Or what, you letting them do that? Or, like I'll actually have a conversation with myself. I don't answer, hey, but it's a conversation. I'm like,
She said I don't answer.
You answer and you're kind of crazy, but you can have that conversation though. And I think that ego steps in with me sometimes because I think that, and it's not good. That's not actually not a good thing. It's just something that I can own up to. But, to have an ego, that can actually hurt you sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You can actually outthink yourself out of a good situation because your ego stepped in and made you feel some kind of way and you reacted. The good thing about it is I know my ego does that. So what I do is I look at both sides of the fence and I make an analytical decision. I don't just look at what I'm thinking. I actually look at the other side of the fence and then I rationalize it. And then I meet myself in the middle, and then that's how I come up with an answer.
Smoking a bag.
Too, also, just to add on to that, I try to be mindful of my thoughts. Well, yeah, because
you're a rebel.
Well, because here's the thing. She made a very good point. So people that are dealing with this, she's like, well, here's a way that I handle this. So a way that I do is I make sure to be mindful of my thoughts of being in the moment. So when a situation arises, then I respond rather than react. And that's just simply being mindful and being in the moment. Seriously. So little things like that just help. Not to be fearful of things.
I like it.
Yeah.
Ari, how much does fear? Oh, I know. You're a fucking scary Smurf. Yeah, a whole new Smurf in here. How much does fear and ego? Right.
Tall. I'm little.
How much does fear and ego have to do with it? Come on. Tell us the truth.
Fear, ego for sure. And fear play a lot. And,
ego, you about to fight. Shit.
My relationship, right?
Yeah. In relationships.
In relationships, yeah. In our relationships, I feel like my ego and fear plays a part. I sometimes am one-sided. I'll see it my way, and I'll be biased to seeing it somebody else's way. So right now, the journey that I'm going through, I'm trying to take a step back sometimes and have what I call out-of-body experiences and watch from the outside in and see, why did they do this, or why were they thinking this way, or why were they disrespectful, or how did they even get the opportunity to be disrespectful or do that,
accountability. Go deeper.
So I just try to see from both sides now, because I know I can be a little egotistic. Fear does play a part sometimes, but I'm trying to get over that because I feel like fear is very controlling, and sometimes I'm like, I don't really want to deal with this person because I'm scared they're going to do this, but it's just you won't know until you try.
Callers, get to your phone lines. I'm going to go there right now. Answer this question, true or false. Is love leaving the person before you cheat on them? Now, let me get back. I got to get to Angry Smurf. Because I just love Angry Smurf's responses. How much fear and ego has to do with your relationship decisions?
I don't. For me, I need more of an ego because I feel like sometimes I can just.
Wait, hold on. You?
In a relationship.
In a relationship, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like,
in the relationship,
I'm
okay.
so stupid.
Because off the relationship, nigga.
No, don't say that.
Well, I can like allow things to happen for too long and to give out of fear of like not being sure if I'm like I don't know. I feel like I'm just like I don't know if they're really like being an asshole or not, and I just you know what I mean. And I need to just stick up for myself more sometimes.
Aww.
So that's just the type of dudes I've had in the past. Like unfortunately, they've all just been like really not good people. So I feel like I've allowed.
Were they mirrors for the not good part of you?
I just didn't realize like what was really going on till after. Like I didn't realize how much I was taking in, and then I wasn't being a great person back. So it was just a toxic relationship.
Oh, I love it.
So it was like I should have walked away instead of putting up with it and then turning into a monster because I was upset.
Or walk into it.
Or walk into it.
Walking away discontinues the lesson.
Right. So I feel like that's why I stayed to try to like fix it because I don't want to give up. I fear of like of breaking something up that is potentially something that is supposed to last. So I don't want to like walk away. I was like scared to walk away. I'm like, no, we just need to like get it together. And
hey, I gotta say this.
Right for each other.
Today, you my nigga. Today, you showed up. You normally, you're not reliable, my nigga, but you showed up. Today, you showed up, my nigga. Phone lines 323-230-4610. True or false is love leaving the person before you cheat? I'm going to the first caller right now. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from? Speak on it. Hey. What's up, boo thing? What's happening? Who you? Oh, that's Miss Lips.
I was like, that's Miss Lips.
I ain't heard Miss Lips' voice in a minute,
Come on,
man. What up, Miss Lips?
Miss Lips.
Hey, boo.
Hey, girl.
What's the relationship or the topic?
Okay, you don't even know what the topic is. You breaking the momentum.
That's because she been in this chat room.
No, I didn't. This is all one topic. You see how you do? You call in just like women blaming men for shit. You wasn't paying attention. The women in here been paying attention.
I mean.
Wait, what? Because I ain't did nothing.
I was like, Miss Lips, you know I struggle with this rumor every day.
We fucked up. I goddamn.
Unless you're just making up stuff.
Right.
I'm dead.
So if I beat it up, you'll be more attentive?
I am completely dead.
We have a bad connection here.
She lying on everybody's pussy right now. We gotta chill.
Wow. What just happened?
I don't know what just happened.
Caller! You're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from? Speak on it. Darnell Tuscaloosa is about to get deep. Here we go. Hurry up, Darnell. You got 45 seconds.
Right there. I like Mimi too. She be singing them well songs, but I feel like unconditional love, it ain't really got nothing to do with the other person. Veronica speak on women being the embodiment of love, and so if a woman not the embodiment of love, then she just fooled. She's setting herself up to be preyed on.
Well, there you go. You know what? It's been a couple of shows, man, where you had us lost. But you knocked this one out the park, my dude.
That's
This one
right.
right here, you knocked out the park, homie.
Home run.
So like, even if you want to go after somebody, like, if you got that unconditional love, like, it's going to protect you from it. You get what I'm saying? From any kind of thing. So to me, unconditional love is like protection. Like, kind of like biblical wise, like, it's kind of like the anointed or being knighted or being, you get what I'm saying?
together.
Yeah, bro. I appreciate it, man. Thank you, man. We gotta run. We at the end. We gotta run. It's you don't want to hear 45 seconds. You're my dude, dog. I gotta push it.
Take the wheel.
I gotta push it, man. I appreciate you though. You hit it though. Alright.
Bye. Bye. Thank you.
Hey, sometimes when you hit that home run, just run the bases.
Run the bases, sit on that bench.
And get to the bench. Don't keep it pushing.
Try and go back up to bat again.
You can't go right up to bat immediately. You have to sit down and wait till your turn. A cycle. God damn, we got one more caller. Caller, get up in here. What's your name and where you calling from? Hey, Goddess Ayana, this is the homegirl. What's up, youngling?
Oh.
Yes.
Of is leading, but the ability to be open with your partner and maybe certain levels of trust.
Yes. Say more. Go deeper. You have the floor. Are you there? Ayana, where you go? Yeah, I said say more. Go deeper. Yeah, go ahead. You got the floor right now.
Of the love, but it's like we end up finding people that we have deep connections with that sometimes, that can play a part as to why someone would cheat, and the connection that they find with somebody else, a type of connection that they may not have with their partner. And instead of being open with their partner, they may be scared to tell their partner what's really going on, so they try to protect their partner in a way and have their side deal going on without really informing the partner what's going on. And that's really, really causing a lot of issues, in our relationships. But I don't think it's always about a lack of love. Maybe just a lack of affection as well. Sometimes, people get tired of each other, sometimes get irritated with each other. So, you look outside and, grass looks greener. So
Yeah. That's a joint I can smoke. I appreciate the call. Thank you.
You too.
Yeah, the ladies is calling in, sharing. Do we have another caller? Caller. Welcome to the Voice of Reason. What's your name and where you calling from? Speak on it. What's happening, Pimp? What?
I'm saying? They can be attained, but it's like this. It's all for the character, you know what I'm saying? You might want somebody off of what they got, how they look or whatever, but once you grow and get another person or whatever, they might have a setback. They might end up selling or whatever, and you help them get out of that situation. It could be a tank, period. You know what I'm saying? And y'all basically can do your thing. Unconditional love can just be attained just like that, pretty much.
Okay. Thank you, good brother. I appreciate it. And anytime you feel like calling, call in. Because sometimes
There's another.
like a motherless child. Get on here and just be like, what? See, sometimes being on the radio fuck niggas up. They had a thought together.
And then they got so excited they're live.
And then when they get live, it be like, that little kid with your mother. What, nigga?
I mean, yeah, it's nerve-wracking. It is.
Hey, man, listen. We don't have all the answers. We're not even close. But I'm going to tell you this. You take unconditional love away as an expectation for men, you think the value of women is low now.
Right.
It's really going to be bad.
Exactly.
You think men, oh yeah, just walk right in without seeing the lights and everything. Sure.
Welcome.
Fuck. I think we're going to have to revisit this conversation.
Yes,
I think so.
This is just the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a good time. Did you?
Yes.
I did.
You guys are beautiful women. The men all on the chat room are going crazy about how beautiful you guys are. Well,
Just kidding.
what's today? Wednesday? We'll be back Friday. I got an amazing show Friday.
No, I won't be there.
You're gonna miss it again.
Wait,
you know
wait, I don't have a client. I might be here.
You know,
I'll be here Friday.
You know who I'm bringing back Friday?
Please don't say Hacker. I'll be
No,
here.
not Hacker.
Wayne.
Not Hacker.
The
Not
other
Wayne.
guy that I can't remember his name right now. Lloyd.
Strayhorn.
I'm gonna be here. Screw that client.
The master numerologist.
I'll be right here.
Lloyd Strayhorn.
He is
No,
bomb.com.
I tell you that motherfucker ain't no joke.
I mean, unless I'm going out of town, but I'll be here.
And he gave me some jewels that I held on to.
He is not a
Yes,
gang.
girl. I recorded it. I wrote it down. Everything. I took a journal.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you. Zoe Williams, the voice of reason, Dash Talk Radio. We're out. Deuces.
Bye. Girl, he told me when I was gonna get pregnant. I was like, "Let me write this down, because we gonna not have sex at all." I'm gonna be asking this all of these questions.
Shit, you got like 10 minutes if you want. Oh, sure, hell yeah, sure.
I'm sorry, boo. I'm gonna kill you over there. You should be like, excuse me. Thank you for letting me wear your purple. You're the best.
You be all alone if you don't have a wife. But these ladies ain't feeling you. They don't want to know what you can really do. They just want to make you